action.
Actual Karen, okay, Boomer here, and yes, I am still alive and madder than ever this morning, bringing you a report on what I will call the Gilded Inquisition Age. To save my monitor, I chose not to watch the debate and heard just enough commentary so that this morning the first couple of guys I thought of were my first cousin 5 times removed, Mark Twain, and my fourth cousin 5 times removed by marriage, Teddy Roosevelt. I watched about 3 sentences of The Bulwark, just enough to realize those former Republicans who let an idiot take over their party are wanting to throw out our Mark Twain under the bus because he is getting a little older and occasionally has problems. However, he is backed up with a really good administration with advisors he actually listens to and takes their advice. Don't let anyone tell you that the convicted felon is Teddy Roosevelt, the progressive or populist conservative, because the convicted felon isn't, and he knows nothing about Teddy Roosevelt, and he is 35 years older. Teddy Roosevelt and the convicted felon are fond of tariffs, although not on the same level. Neither are fond of foreign treaties, and I don't recall Teddy being the frivolous lawsuit king of his generation. The convicted felon would have never led anyone up any hill in battle, nor is the convicted felon interested in protecting any natural resources, nor is the convicted felon definitely isn't into a living wage. Teddy Roosevelt was less of a racist, just ran as a third party instead of invading the Capitol. However, like Teddy, the convicted felon was fond of hearing himself talk and publicity. But Teddy coined the term muckraker instead of fake journalism for those who disagree. Permanently attached to the convicted felon's backside are the lips of a large assortment of prosperity gospel, very unchristlike false prophets, and corporate greedy robber barons who are bent on an American Inquisition / fascist reformation that would hopefully be less likely to gas or burn non-believers and dissenters at the stake and just send all of us to Gitmo or internment camps. What we are fighting is the best funded KKK on the planet. I am tired of people claiming the way to tell if God approves of you has to do with your bank account. I will tell you what I told all the new voters where I worked in 2016. I am the same age as the convicted felon, and I have been reading about and watching the convicted felon since he first found a microphone in the 1970s. And the convicted felon has never done anything that I would think qualifies him to be anything other than what he has always been, a narcissistic, misogynistic, greedy con man. And I will never vote for the convicted felon. I will vote for the guy who has very qualified people that he listens to who are helping run this democracy or what is left of it, and not the loudmouth crybaby convicted felon who is backed by people who still think that convicted felon listens to anyone, and they could not care less about the rest of us. Oh, and yes, I trust the vice president and would support her instead of any of the idiots who are sucking up to the convicted felon. Thank you, and bye. I'm done.
All right.
I goofed up a little, but I don't think it enough to...
Well, and I mean, honestly,